Welcome back, everybody, to the ESL India Premiership 2018 Summer Season Masters League is going on and brought to you by owned by HP, HyperX, Intel, and presented to you by Nodwin Gaming and ESL. If you look at it, ESL India, but sure, ESL. For those who join us just about now, my name is Vagish God's Bhan, and right now is time for some really interesting, mind-numbing, mind-blowing Counter-Strike Global Offensive, and for that reason alone is this man here, Aditya AD1 Shah.
Thank you, Vagish. Yes, it is time actually for a really good CS game. And I like how your nickname has been shortened by production.
Oh man, this country,
I remember, no, see, it's YouTube, that's why it's okay, you can say Godslayer, but...
I
so
absolutely
okay
adore you. Adi, you have stolen my heart today. Thank you.
I allow you to say it, but yeah, but I'll tell you why it doesn't say it, because your name is so damn long. With your name and your nickname, it would go out, it would run outside the...
Not necessarily.
You know,
I mean, there is a reason why font size was made.
Yeah, but then there's a difference between you cannot reduce the font size on one and not the other.
So
there's
why do you not want to reduce the font size on yours?
Because my name isn't ridiculously long like yours. It's simple.
So what you're saying is that you're unwilling to compromise for me.
Yes.
Wow. That escalated way too quickly. Well, ladies and gentlemen, another day of banter here. Basically, the third day of banter here at the ESL India Premiership 2018 Summer Season Masters League going on. We have an interesting game lineup today. Very interesting indeed. I
have a feeling that you've forgotten who the teams are.
Yeah, I know what the teams are. I was just about to get to that. So today's... Can I say it? Can I say it? Okay,
So today's teams are Invictus and Portal Esports.
So today's game is a holy war. Today's game is holy war. Today India needs to show us resilience irrespective of whatever the odds be. Whether be it server, whether be it lag, whether be it ping, we will not accept defeat. This is it. Actually,
we have, because it's the ESL India Premiership, we actually are using only Indian servers on So Strong. And by the way, if you were wondering why we took a while the break was so long, it's because So Strong had not assigned a server for our match. Just saying, it's not my fault this time. Yesterday it could have been our fault, but not today. Just saying. Throwing them right under the bus.
To err is human. To forgive is absolutely stupid.
Yeah. Okay. So I should never forgive you, Vagish.
Oh well. I never.
How about we take a look at the first team, by the way?
Yeah, exactly. Let's do that. Team Invictus here. Let's take a look at them. Alrighty then, that's Team Invictus from Hyderabad. They're the land of Nizams and excellent biryani, where people believe that veg biryani is not biryani, it's pulao.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. But talking more about Invictus, right? It's a very interesting team. It's a new team, by the way. And this is why I love the summer season of any Premiership, by the way, because you always see these roster shuffles and changes, and you just see new things. You see new Counter-Strike. You get to witness a new meta in the game, and I really hope that this meta is more about structured play and less about causing chaos like last year. So this team, Invictus, Excali, Ribby and Hunter are from X Entity, and they have lost out Ayush and Ace. Ace has retired again.
Ace has moved on. Yeah, Ace has moved. Indonesia, playing for a Philippine.
I thought he retired. Team. Well, he's retired from the Indian scene anyway. But yeah, basically.
I keep seeing his Insta account. He's sitting, like standing on some cliff and some desolate and some God knows very weird caption beneath it in some sunset. Nice photos, but trust me, Indian CS would have
actually I know Indian CS has lost one of its best players. Actually, Ace, I think for the longest time was one of the best players. That's obviously going to be a massive loss to Invictus, right? That's why we see this roster change. So it's like I was saying, it's Ribby, Hunter, and Excali from the X Entity squad,
and then we
have we have Pasha Sahil and Manan coming in as well. I think Pasha Sahil only got the slot because he's chummy, bummy, buddy, whatever with Ribby. I don't think he's good enough to be in that roster. That's to put it as lightly as I can, to be honest, because I think he brings that roster down a little bit. Manan, massive. He's a rock. He's a rock in the team. He's sort of like akin to Crims, and this is the highest praise I can give him, because he can, on his good day, he can lock down a site all by himself. So yeah, the new Invictus squad actually looks really interesting to me. And obviously Hunter, probably the best AWPer last year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Hunter did indeed manage to be compared at a time with Sai, who is also another.
Like I said, last year he was probably better than Sai, because Sai still is dealing with his CTS, right? Yeah.
And he's not.
So it's not CTS anymore. He actually said it's RSI.
What is
an repetitive stress injury?
Yeah, so it becomes a repetitive stress injury after you don't take care of your CTS. I mean, I think, oh wow, that escalated.
But the studio manager was laughing because I was doing the mouse hand action. I was doing this. He was doing this too much. By the way, I wasn't making any other action. Just saying.
Okay, but moving on.
Yeah. How about
let me take this also. Let me take this opportunity to also make a shout out to Sai Simar Sethi. Buddy, you're young. You need your limbs. You cannot have RSI or CTS.
Yeah, at the age of 20, yeah.
And that too when you're like so damn young. Yeah. Like it's sad to see this happening, and you should take care of this young lad. In fact, let's move on to the next team here. We have Portal Esports from Pakistan. Let's have a look at the team first, and then let's have a chat about that. If you're wondering why I'm using my finger and pointing it ridiculously at the screen, is because I was checking out the team intro video and I love the guy in the center. Okay, let's be
HSB's
hairstyle there. I mean, okay.
That blindness has seriously got to you, hasn't it? You actually had to...
Okay, let me do this for the camera. A lot of people yesterday in the chat were like, oh, he's so cool. Is it like sunny in the studio? Why does he have to wear glasses? Let me tell you why I wear glasses. I have 4 cysts in one eye. My visibility in one eye has reduced, and I cannot take light when it's like around me, and that's why I have to wear shades. Trust me, as cool as it sounds.
So you have actually gone. So you finally have actually managed to go to the dark side.
Yeah, sure. Well, if I
put it that way.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So it's not at all sunny, neither am I trying to be cool. In fact, if you look at it, it's a big bane when you cannot see in the dark and you still have to wear shades. It's damn bad. But talking about the team Portal Esports, before we head on to the veto, let me give a call out to these players: Criminal, HSB, Fade. This is a predominantly new team for me. There's Trans, there's Pokemonster. Now,
by the way, he's my favorite player already.
Pokemonster?
Yeah, just because Pokemon. Like, it's clearly there. Like, that's his inspiration.
For those who do not know this, Aditya Adisha is renowned for his CSGO skills. He's renowned for his analysis. Sure. But you keep that aside on one trophy room. The moment you mention Pokemon and Pokemon go to this guy is willing to go to any length. When I say any length, that length does not end in kilometers. It probably does not have a meter yet. But he'll go to any length whatsoever.
Light years, yeah.
To catch Pokemon. Yeah. Which are still 120 in number, but I don't know how.
No, we have 3 generations now.
Oh my god, they've involved.
Pokédex is up to 380 something. And I have completed my regional Pokédex. I have a living, breathing Pokédex, is what you call it. But either way, about Portal Esports. Yes.
So where in Pakistan are they from?
I have no clue.
But they're from Pakistan.
I know that Pakistan is to the northwest of India, and that's it. That's where I know Pakistan is, and that's it. I have no idea which cities are in Pakistan. I don't really care that much for geography. What I do care for is actually this team is pretty strong, by the way. Don't get me wrong, because I have played against HSB, Criminal, and Trans. They used to be in another team. I cannot remember, for the life of me, remember the name right now. But back in 2017 summer, and indeed the fall, and in summer I was playing for Brutality, right? That's when we played against them, and Jesus, these guys pushed us right to the brink. We had to win against them in Mirage in overtime, and we had 5 ping while they had 100. So, that was the thing as well. So they are really good players.
Alrighty then, so we'll head off into the map pick and veto and see what's in store for us there. So as we can see, Overpass got banned,
Overpass,
Mirage
Cash,
got
Nuke,
banned,
it's not surprising.
Cash, Cobble, Nuke, Train, the map's happening on Inferno.
Yeah.
So
I'm not surprised actually. So Invictus likes Inferno. I know Ruby specifically, if he is the IGL. I know Hunter is the captain of their team, but if Ruby is the IGL, he really likes Inferno, and it'll really suit, if he has got his playstyle into Invictus, the map really suits them, which is, the structured playstyle.
And plus last year also we saw a lot of Inferno gameplay happening, and we've had this conversation before about the kind of how important the banana control is in a map like Inferno. I mean, you can literally go either way.
We can actually show them that video, right?
Yeah, definitely. Let's take a quick look at this map called Inferno and get to know about it a little bit more.
Inferno. This map is not like any other traditional CSGO map. It does not revolve heavily around mid-control. The two most important areas of control are the apartments and banana. You lose control of either one of these areas and you're going to have a bad time.
So, apartments and banana, for that one matter, and pretty damn important control of these two positions.
This is what, like, I wrote. When we made these videos, right, for the map, I talked about the map, and you did the voiceovers actually for it. So yeah, like I was specifically telling you, right, like Inferno is a map where mid control isn't that important. What is important in Inferno is banana and apartments control.
Choke points.
Yeah, the whole map is choke points, but what's important is the banana and the apartments control, and it's simple as that. As a CT or as a T, if somebody takes the control of both of them, that's it. It's over basically. So it's on that. If a CT gets apartments and banana control, the terrorists have nowhere to go. If the terrorists get banana and apartments control, they can go anywhere they want, and the CTs are left guessing. They have to play a guessing game. Like they'll have to play 4 at A, 1 at B, and then they could have a man. They anyways will have a man disadvantage at a side. But even the choke point can't be held by just one player. So I really like this map personally as well. On a personal level, I think it's a massively strategic map, and I'm going to tip Invictus to take it because of that.
I'd like to make you hold to that thought there. I want to ask you, if AD1 was in this game, what would be AD1's strategy?
So actually AD1 was in this game for Brutality last year against the then entity, right? They were the most fair team at the time, and we beat them 16-10, and I was in-game leading on the CT side of it, and all I said was, guys, play 2 inside B side. I'm gonna, one guy, like it was Fox, come with me, take apartments and boiler control with me. Let's not give entity apartments control at all, and just watch, they will not be able to do anything. And they couldn't do anything, and we won the game 16-10. It took them 11 rounds on the T side to break through our apartments defense, and that was only because of miscommunication between me and Fox. Otherwise, they wouldn't have done that as well. We would have literally probably won that game 16-6 if not for that one round loss in the middle there.
I'm beaming with pride and joy, Adi. I'm sitting.
Yeah, the main thing for CTs is apartments control.
Yeah, apartments and banana for the point of matter, because we specifically mentioned.
Yeah, either of them. But yeah, the most important thing is you cannot lose. Of hell. The main thing is you cannot lose either of, like, you need to at least have one. If you lose apartments, you need banana control. If you lose banana, you need apartments control. If you lose both, it's GG.
Yeah, it's predominantly going to be a turkey trying to save its life on Thanksgiving, predominantly like that. So we will be heading off into the game now. Team Invictus versus Team Portal Esports. Let's see what transpires in this game of guns, grenades, flashbangs, and a lot of screaming and shouting, considering if you've been to LAN events where these are played. So we'll head off into the game and see what's going to be happening. Our esteemed casters, Mamba Senior and Archisman Fetish Pradhan, are going to be joining us as casters in this game. Over to you, gentlemen. Let's see what's in store.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to another day, another edition of ESL India Premiership. My name is Ranjit Mamba Senior Patel, and alongside me, I have the best tailor of words, the god of idioms, Archishman Fet Pradhan. Fet, how you doing, buddy?
I am absolutely fine. It's Archishman, but I will let that side, Mr. Mamba Sar. You screw up my name, I return the favor. Anyway, it's a really good game up for us today. Like HSV and his band of merry men from Pro Evolution, no, Portal Esports and Invictus, ye old Entity Gaming, ye old Eternal, minus Ace, minus A-Star. This is a very storied lineup on both sides, and it is going to be a cracker of a game of Counter-Strike. Right off the bat, we see Invictus just taking alt mid control. They're vying for that apartment control feint, spots out 3-4 players rushing alt. And that is going to prompt the rotation, I'm assuming. Yeah, you've already seen, like, wait, I think they might be asking for a, round reset. I think someone's game crashed. And no kill, no damage is yet to come in, so the reset should be taking place. But in the meantime, they're just trying to have some fun. The reset will be coming in. Trans's game crashed, apparently. So they're just waiting for the round restore to come in.
Well, that is kind of upsetting because we saw a team yesterday struggling. I think it was Whack Band who kept on losing a player. I don't know, for some reason my X-ray keeps turning off, which is kind of annoying, to be honest. And oh, never mind. I keep on forgetting this, and I keep on giving you the X-ray control, and well, that is where I struggle. But nonetheless, Noobcaster, what to do, la? Yeah. Anyway, so talking about Invictus first, because this team, I don't know, in the last, I'm presuming in the last 14 or 16 months, they've broken a lot of lineups, they've changed a lot of players, and they've changed a lot of organizations as well. Changing two organizations or three in a year is something that doesn't usually happen. But talking about PES, these guys, I've heard a lot about HSB and Trans from one of my friends, Wiley T, who's from Pakistan, who also happens to be a caster, by the way. And nonetheless, but getting back to the game right now, all of these guys on the terrace side are really skilled as well. But Pokemon is going to find the first frag onto Ribby. He's going to fall back, trying to find the second one as well. He's going to get it. Munnen is going to get taken down. Can he fall back to safety? Oh boy, Pasha is going to get taken down as well. Pokemon just going God mode right there. And Feint and is going to find the frag onto Hunter as well. And Invictus is being torn apart right across the street. And look at that though. XLE all alone in a 1v5, trying to find the first one, is going to get it. It is going to be a 1v4. It's going to be extremely difficult as well because the C4 is dropped in mid and the CTs have made mid their fortress.
I mean, right there, you just saw Pokemon catching them all instead of the other way around. And that was just a sight for sore eyes. Glorious headshots across the board. And now Excali, gets two already. Brings it down to a 1v3. They're giving him the 1v1s. That is not good. CS, and there we go. Finally, Criminal putting Excali out of his misery. Wins the round for Portal Esports. And yeah, like I was saying, Game for Glory, the old lineup featuring Trans, HSB, Killant, KLNT, Criminal, and I think I'm forgetting the name of the fifth player. But the core still remains. It's Feint and Pokemon that they've added to their roster. On the flip side, Invictus used to be known as Entity Esports when they started out the last year. They had A-Star, Excali, Sai, Ribby, and Ace. Ace has moved on to greener pastures in XCN in Indonesia. A-Star is back where he started with Brutality, and now it's Excali, Hunter, Pasha, Manan, and Ribby. And it's going to be a YOLO B rush. They didn't get the bomb down. It's going to be a force buy. And it is Criminal's round to just mow them down and mint some money with that ump. It's time to pump that ump, son. And he's going to get blinded. He's going to get caught behind charging players, but he's still going to find one. Most two down, and there's still another player left in the side. And that is going to be Pokemon yet again. Can he get back-to-back 3Ks for all his hard work? Down to 33 points to help Hunter. Very low indeed. And nope, it's going to be Feint, who's going to shoot Hunter in the back from CT spawn.
And that was kind of unfortunate for the terrace side, but well, that ump. Oh boy, that was, even though he was blinded twice, he still turned around and got 2 frags, and Pokemon getting 2 more frags to hold off the B-bomb set and allowing the rotation to come in. And that was a brilliant round coming in from PES, even though the terrace side didn't really have a lot of guns to work with. It was a force by now, but this is something that we've been cursing pretty much every Indian team for, because you know they cannot play the anti-ecos properly, and PES is playing it to perfection, and that was really commendable. And the terrorists said are going to be on a complete eco. Everyone blind. Oh my god, Trans is going to find the first strike onto Excali, and HSB getting the second one as well. Can he get the third? Yep, that is going to happen. He's going to go around with the P250, and he has absolutely no respect for the terrorist side, and just goes in with that swag 7, getting 2 frags and the P250 as well. And I think these guys are here to stand their authority and letting these guys know all the other teams that, you know what, boys, we are here to win, and we are not going to let you guys take us easy.
And one thing I'd like to draw the attention of the viewers towards is HSB's inventory. This man is packing some amazing skins, like knife and gloves apart. I think he also had an M4A4 Howl. Like it was always a pleasure to spectate him on the CT side just for the skins that he was wielding. And also his gameplay is impeccable as always.
And alongside that, there's one more thing that I would probably draw the viewers' attention to, is the fact that everyone on the CT side, that is for PES, everyone's ping is about 100. Actually, 122 of the players are playing on 130. So this has always been one of the bigger issues for teams from Pakistan, because the routing to India isn't all that great from Pakistan, and having such a big disadvantage going on for them and still going out and getting these rounds, it's actually really, really commendable. And they're playing in the Masters League where everything matters. Ping matters, the way you play it matters, and it's just one of those things that doesn't really motivate you all that much, but there's nothing you can do about it. So it's really commendable that the way these guys have been playing. And it is the buy round coming up for Invictus. They are going to go in for the mid control, and Fade being boosted up top is going to get taken down by Hunter. Pokemon is going to get boosted up as well. So this was a really good double boost coming up, but he won't be able to find the frag, and HSB is going to get taken down as well. So this was kind of a sloppy round coming from the CD side, but Manan is going to go down. AK-47 is not going to get picked up, which is all right. So Criminal is going to give up that AK-47. Not going to get it, but Ribby is going to get taken down inside the apartment. Still a 2v3, still pullable round. And wait, why would he have that gun? What is even going on? All right. I mean, we missed that out till the end of the round. That's kind of surprising, but nonetheless, Criminal is going to pick that AK-47 up because no one really knows a recoil pattern for the gun. And Trance is not going to spot his leg. And is he actually going to turn it on and transport Scally over there? In a 1v3, Criminal has a kit to work with. Gets the first one. Can he get the second as well? Hunter is going to be waiting out. He's going to go around the corner inside the side. Oh boy, Pasha is going to get taken down. Can he get the third? Hunter is going to be in a 1v1, getting 4 frags. He's going to go and try and defuse the bomb. Is this going to happen? Oh my god! Criminal is going to get taken down, and Hunter, at the last possible second, is going to salvage the round for the terrorist side.
That was cutting it really close. And kudos to Criminal. That was some excellent fragging. And he does a lot of economic damage to Invictus as well. Like, they had one player surviving. That was their buy round. They'd gone all in. They've got very little money to work with this round. Everyone except, well, Hunter is going to have very little cash in the bank to work with. And PES can easily go for a full proper buy. Criminal with the AWP out. They're going to have all the utility, all the rifles under the sun. And wow. Criminal, those 2 crucial frags with the UMP. That's $1,200 in the bank. That's an extra $600. And then obviously the final 2 frags that he got. It was just beautiful Counter-Strike from Criminal. Perfect positioning, perfect usage of the smoke, and the fact that he kept changing his position. Because I think their communications were a bit off, and they weren't really communicating very well as to where Criminal might be coming from and the possible positions that they could, mark. Like once it's a 1v3 and Excali goes down and it's a 1v2, they know exactly where Criminal is. There's no reason for Hunter to wait once the guy on the site goes down. He should have swung out immediately and gotten the refrag on. Or they shouldn't have even allowed Criminal to get that 4th kill, in my opinion.
But well, Hunter was flashy. It was actually pretty hard for him. And look at those flashes going towards Banana. And Invictus are just going to try and mow them down. Criminal not being able to connect. The shot is going to get taken down by a Glock. Not having head armor to work with. Pokemon is going to be the first one. Is actually going to find the first frag. We're trying to get the second one as well. Is going to get it. What is even happening? Oh my god! Excali is finally going to find the refrag. And Pokemon is such a monster. Such a monster. Getting 3 kills out of 5 rounds. They're having 3 rounds in which he has gotten 3 kills. Or actually maybe 2 rounds. Never mind, because he has 8 frags. Should have been 9. But has been playing really, really well. It's going to be Excali and Hunter on the terror side, and Fane just has to wait, because there's a Molotov, which will push up. The flashbang is going to go out. A real nice display of teamwork and team flash as well coming in from the CTs. But that is going to force the terror side back as well. So it's going to be Excali and Hunter. I think 2 of the best aimers on the team, because both of these guys are pretty young. So is Pasha, but I think Excali and Hunter just excel in that aiming department. And Hunter, being an AWPer, is really, really sound of his positioning and the people around him, and they do not really have a lot of resources to work with. They only have a flash, and this is going to be kind of surprising, because I think, is it the GoTV that is lagging, or is it me?
I think it is the GoTV. Wait, let me just check. Yeah, it's the server. It's a little bit of a technical glitch there. Should resolve itself shortly. There, I think it's sorted out. I think so. Yeah, it's sorted out. And there we go. HSB opening up the spray from the pit area and lines up 2 quick kills. And that's the 4th round on the board for PES. Excuse me. But unfortunately, I don't think a round reset would be on the cards because I think 5 kills had already come in before the lag spike happened. So according to tournament rules, I don't know, it's up to the admins to decide what the best course of action is. But regardless, this is Invictus facing the worst possible outcome. Have a sloppy round win with just 1 player surviving and then losing the immediate next round, which means they are hard reset. They have to go for that dreaded force buy and face that double eco. Although the T side economy is a lot more forgiving in this game as compared to the CT side economy, wherein you have to work a lot harder to maintain your cash flow and your bank balance. But I think we're just going to wait out a little bit and see if the lag spike can be sorted out. It seems things are falling back down and the lag spike is over.
And it was more than a lag spike. It seems it's some sort of a DDoS attack because it doesn't usually happen. I mean, So Strong has been the best server provider in the country, and I personally play on your platform as well. So I think I've never personally seen your servers lag in a professional match except for one of those rare moments when you guys get DDoSed. So I'm pretty sure you guys are going to dig into it. But that apart, it was really unfortunate for Invictus because they could have still pulled it off because it was Hunter and Excali, but they lagged and they could not do anything about it. And that's just really unfortunate. But talking about the lineup for the CT side, Criminal, Pokemon, HSB, Fein, and Trans. I've actually personally played with Trans once or twice. I think it was on Face It. And he is one crazy aimer. And in that department, I think Pakistan actually outweighs the Indian side.
Listen, I tell you one thing. I've been following Portal Esports' growth over the past year since I last saw them in the ESL India Premiership itself as Game for Glory. HSB, Criminal, well, KLNT's moved on, and Trans, all 4 of them were some of the most insane aimers I have seen hail from the subcontinent. And it's not just their aim that's impeccable, their game sense, the way they work together as a team. I tell you one thing very frankly, that they can beat almost any. They have some very good strats, very good team play, very sound basics for the game, and obviously you're seeing that their aim is absolutely on point. There's nothing to criticize when it comes down to their aiming, their basics. That is left click, like point. You can't do that. No matter how big your brain is, no matter how deep your stat book is, you're still going to lose because a random Excali will appear around the corner and blow your bloody brains across the wall. And you'll be
a random Pokemon.
Yeah, or a random Pokemon.
Oh my god, that was a really interesting insight. And yeah, I mean, so that one round, I think it was the 4th round, which was the bye round, where Criminal almost pulled it off. And it's not just aim also, but the way he positioned himself, right? He was reducing them to 1v1s. It wasn't Invictus giving 1v1s, but he was creating 1v1s, and he played that so well that I wish I could play so well. But
yeah, we all do. We all as casters, as the popular notion is, those who fail cast, right?
Oh boy,
we all. I don't know, man. That's how people like to tease you on social media, right? ये टट्टी player था इसीलिए caster बन गया, nude.
That's absolutely not true, by the way. Because I remember, I mean, if Blair, Adi, he's into incorrect English, but Mamba, Adi, Blair, Pet, and AKS probably, or Equitas.
Okay. Equitas is retired as a caster. He never wanted to become a caster. He's more of an analyst. Adi also, I think, sees himself more as an analyst than a caster. Blair, yeah, he's one of the rare exceptions. But if you just look at the, gamut of all us casters, I don't think anyone has ever, gone beyond that global elite or even SMFC skill ceiling.
Oh yeah, if you're talking about the skill ceiling,
it's play.
Yeah, it makes sense, obviously. Because the biggest problem for the last 2 years that has been for me is the fact that when I was in the middle of the transition from playing for a team to moving to the greener pastures, as we like to call it in India, to the casting side of things. I started casting most of the tournaments my team would probably participate in, and I just had to move on because I knew that, well, it's a better job. It's much more fun, and you get to travel a lot, and it doesn't matter who wins, you still get paid at the end of the day, which just makes it even more fun. But jokes apart, for all of you people who aspire to be professional players, it's really demanding. You have to, and my phone, I don't even know why is it not on silent. But for all the aspiring pro players, there are a lot of sacrifices that you have to make. Whenever your friends are out partying, you have to stay in practice, and that is just one of the things that one of those sacrifices, one of the most general sacrifices that you have to make, and it's not an easy job. I think it's really difficult because if you're not performing as a player, even though it could be any reason, right? I mean, there are so many factors that affect your gameplay. It could actually be something happening in real life for you, and you're just not feeling it. Sometimes you're just not hitting your shots. Though it happens really. It all happens, right? It all happens. You have your off days as well, and you can't do anything if your team is not right. I remember when I was playing with Marzel for Simplex, right? And I think the best player. I mean, I won't even argue with that. Marzel was the best player on the team, but as a team, the rest of the 4 guys were just not good enough for Marzel to show his true talent, and that was holding a match. If you're one of the better players on the team and your team is not capable enough, you're still gonna get stuck, and that is exactly what's happening to Simple right now in Navi.
I mean, see, Navi has a much deeper, it's not an easy fix. Navi's problem runs way deeper than just buying the best player in the world. And yes, true. I said it. I do not think Coldzera is the best player in the world right now. As of this moment, it's neither Coldzera nor Nico. It is Simple. That man is just on some other level right now. He's just playing some of the craziest Counter-Strike I've ever seen. All right, seems like we're back in order. Servers all fixed. Game is about to go live. Round number 6. Invictus on a force buy because they are facing a double eco, so might as well go for the armor pistol. Hunter opting to go with the utility. Manan, because he had some spare cash, goes with the utility as well. So a smashing of nades, armor, pistols across the board. What can Invictus do? We've seen them pull off some crazy rounds when they were Eternal, but those were the old days. Ace was calling the shots back then, and Ace is a brilliant IGL, as is visible from his time at XCN right now. He's doing a fantastic job over in either Philippines or Thailand. I don't know where XCN is, right? I'm not the Asian expert. That would be bleh. But, yeah.
I mean, he has just been involved with the scene for such a long time that it just inherently makes him the expert for the scene, and also being the best caster on the continent. It's just something that just happens over time. But it looks like it's going to be an A execute because we have a lot of players flowing in towards A short, and Trans is going to be absolutely blind. He's going to fall back. Excali in the first one. HSB is going to get taken down. Fade is going to get taken down as well. Excali, you monster. Trans is going to go down as well, and Pasha. But getting the flag with the P to Fitty. Pokemon and Criminal in a 2v4, this is still doable for them. They have a flashbang to work with, 2 smokes and a Molotov, and I think one of the players on the CT side was actually framing. Criminal having op is just going to make his job much more harder because, in a situation like this, you need that mobility. Manan is going to get spotted. Is he going to get taken down? Yep, that is going to happen. Pokemon is going to catch him, and Hunter waiting out with the CZ75. I think he's going to be the playmaker coming in for the terror side, wasting a lot of time for the CTs, and they have decided to fall back, realizing that it's not going to be feasible for them to try and go in for the retake, because that's a lot of risk, and they don't even have the cash to work with for the next round if they die out. So they're going to save 2 weapons up, and HSB is going to buy up as well, and maybe drop a FAMAS if it pleases, and the rest of the 2 guys are going to force around the 3 guns that they are going to have in this round.
I mean, they can actually go for a full buy because Criminal and Pokemon have a smoke Molotov, smoke and flash on them. So they can actually drop rifles and just buy up another flashbang. And HSB, as you just said, has $7,800. So he can comfortably buy up and the full kitty of nades as well. So they can have a pretty comfortable buy going forward, PES. But one thing that PES really got wrong that previous round, Portal, was that they played very passive. They turtled up on both sides, B and A, and allowed Invictus to just dictate the pace of that round. They went for that early execute, and Invictus, they just caught Portal off guard. Portal didn't have their nades ready. They were just caught sleeping. obviously they won the duels, and that's what's important. And what allowed them to win the duels there in Invictus was the fact that they used their smokes and molotovs and flashbangs perfectly. They used them to close the distance between themselves and the players from PES who were wielding the rifles and did have the range advantage. That is the mark of smart players playing the game correctly and utilizing and knowing the strengths and weaknesses of what weapons they're wielding. And that was a very good round coming out from Invictus to pick up that that literal force by round that they picked up. Oh, wow, my Discord lagged out. Interesting. Internet issues everywhere. This is the bane of esports in the subcontinent. I brought it up yesterday as well during the VAC band versus will take 1 hour to get your net back. And this is something that really irks me. We have the talent. I mean, it's just sheer probability, right? The subcontinent has over 150 crore people easily. And, you know, I'm pretty sure there's a team out there, there's 5 individuals out there who could be Nepal, Myanmar, Bangladesh, wherever, all these places, I'm pretty sure you can find a team consisting of 5 players that are world beaters. But because we don't have internet, because we don't have good, stable internet, we're just never able to hone our skills or, you know, just play the way the game was meant to be played. And it's a shame. And right now, a player from Portal seems to have dropped. It is Trans, one of the heavy hitters. And well, unfortunately, I think we're just going to wait for him to come. I think Trans was facing PC issues at the beginning of the game as well. His game had crashed. Let's hope it's not something any more nefarious than just a game crash, because a PC crash. My PC just crashed before the game started. I literally passed a kidney stone trying to get it to work again. It was really, really distressing.
Yeah, it was distressing. I was actually I was about to call you up. I was going to be like, is it possible for you to observe? Is it possible just to watch the game on your laptop? Because if your PC did not boot up, I had the contingency plan ready, and I was just setting up my second PC so that I could probably observe, just in case your PC doesn't boot up. But yeah, you know, we have all the things, right? I literally have 3 computers in my room, just in case if the first one goes down, if the second one goes down as well. Where's the internet connection, right? I have 2 internet connections, and I remember I think it was the last Thursday that I was streaming for one of the other companies, and well, what happened? Both of my internet connections shit on me, like literally shitting on me. I had like 3.2 up. I have a 100 Mbps connection, by the way, and I wasn't even getting 3200 bitrate for the upload, and that was just ridiculous.
Well, yeah. What do you do when just like your internet and your hardware just fails on you? You can't really do anything. It's the hardware gods and the internet gods just smiting you for being.
Also, this is one of those stark differences between traditional sports and esports, right? I mean, for traditional sports, it's not just one player that doesn't play because of some sort of an issue that is not in his control, except for an injury, of course. But for example, if there's a cricket match and it rains, both the teams don't play. The entire team doesn't play. But for Counter-Strike, if your internet goes down, it's the only person who's not going to be playing is you. And that is one of the biggest differences I feel between traditional sports and esports in terms of circumstances not being in your control. Because I remember countless finals I used to compete for for an Indonesian team back in 2013, 2014 for Battlefield. And I remember missing out on so many finals. We used to participate in weekly domination cups. And there was this team from Japan. And I think every Sunday it was the finals. And I missed out on 3 or 4 finals because of the fact that my internet would just go down and I wouldn't be able to play.
Yeah, I mean, that is... I mean, I never even took esports or gaming seriously as a kid growing up because I didn't have internet. I got internet when I was in my first year of college. That is 2010. That's when I got my first broadband internet connection.
You mean 200 and 1 Mbps? That was a luxury back in 2010.
No, man. That was MTNL. 200 ping to everywhere under the sun.
Well, at least it was 200, even if it's in India, even if it's in North America.
Yeah, exactly. No, North America was 600, but like 200 anywhere in India. Like you go to Mumbai servers, like YouTube would buffer for days because half the connection requests timed out, packet losses.
We all remember playing Snake on YouTube. You know, when the videos are buffering, you pause the video, you press up on your arrow key, and you just start playing Snake because I think YouTube did a brilliant job at that because they knew that all the plebs in the country are going to be like, you know what, their internet isn't all that great. Let's just not lose them and let them play the game on our website. But yeah, that's something that I remember back in 2010, the internet connection that I had was a 256 512 connection. So what that means basically is the fact that from 10 a.m. in the morning to 10 p.m. at night, I get 256 kbps. And from 10 in the night to 10 in the morning, I get 512 kbps, and I was actually paying a lot for that. And the only reason why I had this connection was because the only time I'd get time to play Counter-Strike was at night after coming back from school. And I was about 13 years old or something like that back then, and that's just saddening.
Just waiting for the 5th player to come back. I think the server issues have been sorted. But yeah, still waiting for the 5th. I hope Trans can fix his internet /PC /game issues before the 15-minute timer runs out, because it'll be a damn shame to be casting this game 4v5. Seeing the level and the quality that Portal Esports have brought to the table thus far. Okay, then another player has dropped. Okay, this is looking ominous. Ominous indeed.
This is really saddening because these guys have so much potential to grow as a team, not in just in their country, in the Asian scene, and well, not even getting a chance to prove your worth is just really saddening. And this is one of the reasons where I almost actually quit esports. I remember this all of these stories, right? Fed, everyone has their own set of stories, and I remember back in 2016. This was before ROG Masters, the first ROG Masters that happened in the country. And I almost quit esports because my computer went down and there was literally nothing I could do, and I missed out on a very important tournament. And it's the same time when Invictus pretty much, poached one of our players and our team broke down as well. And so it's one of those things, right? You just can't control a lot of things, and internet just happens to be one of them. And Trans was the first guy who was timing out, right? Or was it someone else?
Yep, it was Trans, and now it is... Wait. Who left? Criminal has dropped from the server.
I would rather suggest that if it keeps on being an issue for players on both the teams, we'd rather back up and play the match on some other day, because we do have a backup match. We do have a backup match to cast and broadcast for you guys, so you guys won't miss out on any Counter-Strike action. Even we have a Masters backup match, but nonetheless, we are hoping that everything is going to get fixed. And if it doesn't, then if it doesn't get fixed, we'll try and figure something else out. But nonetheless, for now, we have one player from each team being disconnected, and we're just waiting for them.
Yeah, I mean, we do have a 15-minute timer for players who drop from the server to return. In case they don't, then it's the team's decision whether they want to forfeit or continue the game 4v5. Hopefully, we don't have to see the same situation arise 2 days in a row where one team has to play 4v5 for the rest of the game, because that is always a very steep mountain to climb and almost never works out in favor of the team with the man disadvantage. I just hope it doesn't happen 2 days in a row, man. It's really gutting. I love the Counter-Strike that both these teams play. Oh wait, wow, it's a 4v4. My God, my eyes. What am I seeing?
Did you meet Wagish in the recent past?
No, it's not Sty. It's just I think I have blurry vision thanks to all the coding that I've been doing over the past few weeks.
Oh, what's the language that you're trying to pick up on right now?
Cute. It's called cute.
Oh, is the language cute though?
Language isn't cute. Language is a pain in the backside. But it is cute the way they named it.
Oh boy. But you know what, guys? Since we have so much time in the, going in the fix, so we are going to go on we'll try and keep the break short, obviously, because we're hoping that the players will come in. So we are going to go on a break, and hopefully when we come back, we'll be back with live action. Welcome back, boys, and finally we are going to go live, and we have all the players coming in. We have restored the round, and the scoreline is going to be 4-2 in the favor of the CT side. And Fed, I'm presuming you caught what I was about to say, but nonetheless, we have a MAC-10 on Ruby, which is kind of surprising because I'm not quite sure they're expecting an eco because they did win the first 3 rounds, but they did do a lot of economic damage as well. So this is going to be a fairly interesting round coming in, especially from what Ruby is going to be doing. Hunter is going to be the one leading the charge inside Banana. They do have a lot of resources as well. The nade is going to go into its guard, expecting someone to jump spot from there, or maybe just have a boost going on. But well, that is not going to be the case. We have Manan trying to find some sort of information, and Invictus has requested to restart the round because Excali has lagged out and the round is going to get restarted. What do you think about this, Bet? How do you feel?
I don't know, man.
You don't even know what to feel?
I mean, it's just well, technical issues you can't really go around that during online matches, right? It's just par for the course, especially in the subcontinent. We've been harping on about the internet in the subcontinent for, I think, the best part of the past half an hour. So there's no point like beating a dead horse. I think everybody knows that it's quite bad. And Trans, did you forget to buy? Wait, Trans did. Where's Trans's weapon?
I think he has lagged out. Fairly certain he has lagged out. And the team hasn't realized that. And I hope no flags get exchanged, because if that happens, the round is not going to get restarted. The CTs have to realize this in time. And I'm not sure if you can show Trans on the stream right now. He's just standing in the corners, jumping back and forth. And I'm not quite sure what he's trying to do right now.
Oh, he has 420 ping. His internet is dead. It is a corpse afloat the river. It is just not responding.
That just sounds like Indian
his
proteins.
internet's blazing it right now. It's 420. His ping is literally 420. So
I'm not quite sure if the CTs have figured it out, but they are going to carry on with it, not really paying too much attention to what just happened. And Fane might just spot him right there and call in for a reset. I'm hoping Fane sees him, but the flashes are going to come in and they won't really have any sort of time to work with. And the Molotovs are going to go out as well, and it looks like a full-fledged B execute. And Pokemon is going to be dabbing right there. Fasha is going to find the opening. Criminal is going to try and, try and get a first rank. Nope, that's not going to happen. He's going to get taken down. Faint.
Wow.
Well, I don't even know what's happening. I'm so confused right now. Fed, can you please try and cast around for me?
I mean, well, Criminal was just waiting for the rotation to come in, but unfortunately, Trans is doing the cha-cha at spawn 420 thing. Can't really do much right now. And, well, it should be a call for the save, but Faint is stuck between a rock and a hard place. And I think he's just enjoying the view, watching Trans do the line dance at CT spawn, just back and forth, back and forth. And HSB is just going to be chilling in pit, trying to keep a hold of this M4A4. The thing is, that previous round, I wasn't a big fan of the position that Pokemon was playing. He was playing towards Grill, and Excali finds Faint. He was playing in, construction area, not really the best of places. He got stuck, like he was stuck in two mines. I don't think they HSB just spotting the head of Ribby there. But yeah, I think the match needs to be paused again until Trans can figure out his internet issues. Like I was saying, right, I wasn't a big fan of the position that Pokemon was playing. There's very little crossfire potential, and Criminal playing coils, you have to assume that spot is going to get smoked off. And judging by how Invictus are playing Inferno, and by the way, guys, those of you who are in chat and are new possibly to Indian Counter-Strike and Counter-Strike from the subcontinent in general, Invictus, or the old Invictus lineup, that was Entity Gaming or Eternal Esports, what have you, they were notorious for a very execute-heavy style of play on this very map. A or B does not matter. They would molly out every rat hole on each bomb site, smoke off every angle before they execute onto it. And if you're playing a two-man B setup, you don't want to be playing the conventional angles. I get why Pokemon was playing by Grill, but the thing is, you're going to get flashed out. There's no way you're going to avoid the barrage of flashes that's going to be coming in as the T's peek around the corner from Banana. Find a better spot. Play by Fountain. I saw new boxes getting Molotov, first oranges and second oranges, and dark spot. That was like a full 5 Molotov execute onto the B bomb site. But they're not always going to have that luxury. It is your job as the CTs to draw some of the utility out as well with some early aggression, so that they don't have the luxury of having 4 Molotovs to do an execute onto a bomb site. These are just things you have to do in order to ensure that the rounds go in your favor, and you can take multiple positions on bomb sites because you know that they won't have the utility necessary to, just smoke off or Molotov off every angle.
And that's absolutely true, right? Because one of the things that you mentioned, I really want to bring it up again, is the fact that CTs aren't forcing the player side to use their resource, and that happens because they are not going for any sort of early map control or any sort of early information. Because what that allows you to do is, if you have that early map control, or even if you don't have that map control, you go in for a mid-round push. You get that information that one of the bomb sites is clear, it's going to be an execute towards the other bomb site. You still have a lot more leeway to waste their resources or even fall back to a better place. And talking about the barrage of flashes, I think one of the most simple solutions, though it sounds simple and it sounds simple in theory, but it's really hard to execute because it has to be precise. The timing has to be absolutely perfect. A second here or there, and it's not going to work out. Avoiding those barrage of flashes, just wait out behind the walls and go in for the high flashes above the walls, and that will give you extra 4 or 5 seconds to try and get the first few openings and not allow them to plant the bomb on the bomb side, because they won't be in positions, and by the time they are going to be in the position, the smokes are going to start fading away. So that's something they can try and do, but that has to be really precise. But getting back to the game is going to get unpaused. Feint is going to have
Excali,
and I'm not quite sure what just happened over there.
They just dunked 2 nades down Banana, and 2 players are already down to half HP. HSB needs to be careful though. Yeah, he's going to do the wise thing. Going to fall back through the smoke. They have managed to at least take out 3 Molotovs because of that Banana control. Exactly what we were talking about. It is up to the CTs to also draw out the utility from the Ts, as much as the job of the Ts to draw out the defender's utility. And it's a game of give and take. When whoever comes out on top is the one that wins the round most often. Okay, just peeking around the corner. I don't think anyone has made their way up beyond Broken Wall in Banana, so there's still some time before as they say, the shit hits the fan and the action kicks off. But so far, we do see Pasha Sahil and Excali just, meandering their way back.
This is where I want the viewers to pay attention to the minimap. 55 seconds on the clock, 45 seconds, and no one from the CD side went in for map control. Playing really passively. He's going to find the first frag. Criminal. What is even happening? Oh my boy! Excali is going to get taken down through the smoke, and Trans is going to be waiting around the corner. Will get taken down by Hunter, though. A really good shot and real nice anticipation as well. The bomb is going to get planted. 4v3, and Ribby is going to... Oh, he's not going to go down. He's going to find the frag onto Feint. Feint thinking he's going to get taken down. Not happening, but with the M4, Hunter is going to go down. It is going to be Ribby and Manan in a 2v3. Can they pull this off? Manan on the lurk is going to find the first one. Criminal is going to go down. Ribby with the Mac 10. Is he going to be able to fall back? He's going to get spotted, wasting a lot of time for the CT. Then Manan is going to get taken down. Probably Ribby as well, or maybe not. Well, he is going to go down, and you could have almost pulled this off because of the fact that both of the CDs are on low HP, and he did have a Mac 10. So it was doable, but just unfortunate he got double peaked and did not really have a lot more space to work with. And that is a pretty simple round coming for the CT side.
Interesting round. I mean, that split towards the A bomb site late round, a complete dry execute, could have caught Portal off guard, but unfortunately for them, Criminal was playing the perfect position to just catch that split and nip it in the bud. Getting those 2 initial kills crucial towards Portal winning that round. And now we do see some blocking going on spawn. That's going to mess up the plan for the round for sure. Where's the op going? Yeah, it was headed towards mid, but now he'll have to be content by either peeking or playing passive towards side halls. Yeah, he is going to be playing passive towards side halls. And again, early banana presence being shown by Invictus, who got reset yet again. But because their first round win was on a full eco, they will have the money to take into this round and actually make something happen. Try and make something happen. There we see the Molotov smokes, flashes raining in. This boost could work out, but no, now they know exactly where both players are, and that B defense gets absolutely annihilated. Not just one frag coming from that boost, and it is not what the doctor ordered.
I think that boost would be a little more effective if he had an auto sniper, but that side, it is going to be that double stack coming in towards Dark, and this is going to be interesting. Pasha is going to get forced out with the Molotov coming in from Feint, and the nade going in. That is so perfect! Look at the retake, Molotovs and the flashes and the smokes and the nades. But Pasha is going to get the first one, being traded out really quickly. HSB getting the second one as well. Can he get the third? He doesn't really have enough time to work with, but Criminal is going to risk it. Maybe try and get the round, but nope, that is not going to happen. They have realized they don't have enough time to work with. The HSB is going to fall back, but Criminal is going to get taken down. We'll try and salvage that op. Is it going to happen or is it not going to happen? He's going to get taken down. The op is going to be taken away from the CT side, and that is going to be the 4th round coming up for Team Invictus.
Wow. HSB trying his very best on that retake, but just 1 kill too less. The timer running out, and now PES will have to, swallow that bitter pill, have to go for that eco. And judging by the state of their economy, it looks more or less like it's double eco territory for Portal Esports. And Invictus slowly but surely clawing their way back into the game. Early game was definitely all Portal all the way, but Invictus figuring out their opponents and starting to claw their way back into the game. Pokemon taking some early spam damage there.
Well, let's go! Oh, that shot from Excali with the back tip. And Ribby almost being taken down. I'm not quite sure where Ribby was shooting at, because at that range, I am presuming you would hit that shot, because he was inside apartments and he literally had nowhere to go. But Hunter just gets popping off on the CT side, and there's literally nothing that these guys can do, because they only have P2Ks to work with, and the only guy low on the terrace side is Ribby, and he's going to get spotted, will get taken on as well. Trans making additional $300 on top, because he's going to get $600. Had he killed him with the pistol, it could have been 300. So making some amount of money. I think they are going to go in for the exits, because they have literally nothing to lose. They both have smokes and Mac 10, so they are going to try and make some sort of money. Manan is going to get spotted, but not being taken down. The Molotov is going to come up as well, and both of these guys are just going to get destroyed by Hunter and Manan, and that is going to be the equalizer coming up for Invictus.
There we go. Scores are tied. 11 going into the 11th round, and Invictus should be picked. Okay, we're going to go for the force. All right, Portal. They are not in the mood to give Invictus any sort of leeway. They are going to go forcing into this round. Pokemon with the swag 7 has been playing B thus far. Might want to take that over towards side halls. Depends. Remains to be seen where he'll be going. Okay, I think he'll be playing a broken wall or half wall. up close in banana, basically. Yeah. Okay. So we going towards sandbags. All right. That's a viable position to be playing with the Mag 7, but
Yeah, it's kind of confusing. This entire matchup has been a little too confusing for me because I've seen a lot of teams play, but certain things that these guys are doing is catching me off guard a lot. But well, the CTs are going to find that early opening. This is something we had been talking about, the early aggression not coming up, and they finally go out, aggress apartments, get the frag. HSB will fall back, surviving on 41 points of health. So that early aggression paying off. And the Terry side is going to take things really slow. They do have a little amount of map control, but Banana is completely open. Even though we do have Manan watching it, but that's probably not the best option and is not the best angle to watch Banana from. But the CTs and the rotation is actually in the command. Trans is going to be rotating from the CT base. And well, that is a really good read coming from the CTs. And literally every single round has been a complete execute coming from the Terry side. Criminal is going to wait out, trying to find the first and not being able to get it. And both of them turning their backs to Criminal, but Excali is going to find the refrag. Fane can find the frag onto Excali. Yep, that is going to happen. Turning around, trying to find the second one as well, is going to get double peak. Will get taken out, but Trans getting the I don't even know, revenge frag really quickly. And Hunter is going to get taken down, and that is going to be the round for the CT side. And this is such a back and forth game. Even though with everything that's happening with the internet connections going down, this is turning out to be one of the best matches in the early season.
I mean, that's the thing, right? It's been such a back and forth game, even with all the technical difficulties. It's just a game that you can't take your eyes off of. It's just one of those games that these are two storied teams from two countries with a very rich and storied history, and neither of the team wants to give an inch to the other team, and there's a lot of mutual respect. I was watching the players talk before the game. There's a lot of mutual respect here as well. All these players, they know each other, they respect each other's gameplays, they respect each other's style of play, and it's just very good to see that kind of camaraderie coming out and it being translated into a very good game. Ribby getting spotted out. HSB needs to be careful. A bullet just whistles past his ear. Spot out Ribby with the Mac 10 and HSB with no head armor. That could spell a lot of doom and gloom. And there's the wrap coming out. This has been Invictus's go-to strat. Criminal needs to be careful. Does not have head armor. And Excali is just going to rip it clean off his shoulders. But doesn't matter. Fane lines them up. 3 kills to his name. And now can Trans do it? Nope. Excali EZ is his name. And he makes it look so deliciously easy.
Well, that triple kill coming from Fane was such a wonderful sight to watch. But the bomb is going to go down. Ribby is going to go down as well. It is going to be Excali in A2. And this guy is more than capable of pulling this off. But as I say that, I think commentators curse coming into play, and HSB is just going to rip his head off. And that is going to be the second round in a row for the CT side. But I think it was a pretty good hold, and I'm pretty sure Fane would be really happy with that. But they did lose quite a few players, and it was HSB and Fane, the only 2 guys who literally got all the 5 kills. And the Terry side would be really upset because, you don't expect 3 guys to go down from that angle. I mean, even though it's a really good angle to hold for the CTs, it's an easy angle. But 3 players going down to the same guy from the same spot, and the trades not even coming in. I think that is a little upsetting for Invictus. And except for Excali, and I mean, even though I'm pretty sure Excali is one of the calmest guys, and the entire team, right? I look at Pasha, I look at Manan, Hunter, Ribby. Ribby is a little vocal, but his tone is never of the frustrated one. So in terms of nerves, I think the entire team is going to be really calm from what happened, and they are just going to rub it off the shoulders and try and make sure that it doesn't happen again. But getting back to the game, we have the C4 coming in towards the apartments, and only 1 guy watching mid. And the CTs
this 2-man A setup hasn't been working out for them. Has been working out for them, but I think Invictus has finally gotten the memo that there's just 2 players in A early round, and there's 3 players. Oh, lag spike, I think.
Well, I'm hoping not. I'm absolutely hoping it's not lag spike, but yeah, a lot of damage being done to HSB by Mun and Red. And had that P250 not been nerfed, HSB would have been dead, absolutely dead. And that nerf actually saving his backside right there. But nonetheless, it is going to be a Molotov that is going to force them back, and Excali just waiting it out with the UMP. And is it going to be a fake? Nope, that is not going to be a fake. We have everyone falling back from the apartments and trying to take mid control. So the CD is just giving up so much map control, and that is one of the biggest reasons why I think Invictus is getting those easy rounds, and HSB is in a really good position, trying to get the first one, fading in, getting a double kill. Excali is going to find the frag onto HSB, picking that AK-47 up, has to be quick on his feet, trying to get those frags, but nope, that is not going to happen. and the CT is just showing how godly aimers they are. And everyone, Trans, Feint, Criminal, Pokemon, and HSB. All of these guys are crazy, crazy aimers.
It is ridiculous. I mean, Excali, when he broke out onto the Indian scene, he definitely was the best mechanical player on any server in the country. And over the years, he's actually honed the tactical side of his gameplay as well, along with his decision making, and it's turned him into a very good all-rounded player. And it's showing. Like, he's on 17 frags. He's like, dude, 17 frags, and the rest of his team, I think, have a total of 19 frags put together. That is how impactful this man is. Excali, just give him a rifle and he will most definitely win you the round. That is how dangerous Excali can be.
And that is absolutely true. This is a really good boost coming from the CTs inside Banana and Pasha. Well, they're just going to fall down as I say that and as you try to show it. But the Molotov going towards 3, they are going to try and take some sort of map control, and I think they're just listening to me while on the stream. I'm not quite sure, but they are going to take map control towards Banana, and the rotation is going to come in. And this is what I was talking about. Take map control, make sure you have the information, make sure there is no one around you, and call in the rotation, early rotation. The smokes are going to come up as well, so it is going to be an A-heavy play coming up. Feint is going to wait it out, one and get the first frag onto Criminal, and the flash is the barrage of flashes. Feint is just going to allow Pasha to walk right across it, but HSB is going to find the refrag. Can he get the second one as well? That is not going to happen. The smoke is going to give a lot of cover to Hunter, and HSB is going to be absolutely blinded by the flash right there. Manan is not going to peek out, which is not the worst play, but he's just going to allow the series to come in. Also, I was going to go out as well, and oh boy, that is going to force Manan. And Trans is going to find the frag on Manan with the Molotov as well. And Excali, oh, can he pull this off? Can he pull this off? It's going to be in a 1v1. It is going to be HSB who has to try and get the run for his team, and he's just going to be very patient. Excali is just going to wait. He's going to find the headshot onto HSB. And oh boy.
Excali, just what was that? Did you see that second flick headshot onto the guy who was coming into the site through a shot? It was just so quick. You blink and you miss it. This guy's mechanics, it's a fairy tale come true. I just love gushing about Excali's aim. It's just so crisp, so precise, so clean. Not a bullet wasted, not a movement wasted. And that's the smoke for top Banana, which will allow the T's to take control. So far, they've been consistently hitting A. It might prompt Tez to go A heavy, but nope. They're going to stick to their guns. 3 towards B early round. And then around the minute mark is when they're actually, I think it's a Criminal who peels off the A bomb site, B bomb site, and goes towards the B bomb site, plays from Speedway. And it's going to be a B hit op train towards Banana. Invictus might not be expecting this. They might be hoping that because of their consistent presence towards the A bomb site, that Portal might have switched things up and put 3 players A. But that's not the case. Portal, the creatures of habit, they will only rotate when that clock hits the 1 minute mark. But here comes the flashes, the smokes. They will come raining in, and nothing again has been done by Portal to ensure that the T's actually waste a lot of utility. Look at that. They have 4 Molotovs just lying in wait for that B execute. They could even fake the B bomb side, peel off rotations, which is what they've done. 4 players now outside B. Someone's going to get flashed in, and that's Ribby. That's Pokemon, and Pokemon is going to get caught. That's the Ultra Ball there, ladies and gentlemen. And there come the Molotovs. It's raining in. And Trans, he's safe, and they don't check it, and he's getting through. Almost lines up the third. But he's done so much damage now. Feint trying to get a kill, but unfortunately unable to get anything done. Manan's going to come peeking through the smoke, and Criminal is going to miss a sitter. And that's going to put HSB in a bit of a tight spot. He's looking for a gun long distance. Swag 7. That is a dubious prospect at the very least.
And well, that was a pretty amazing round from Trans in being in such a good position, and not the tears. Oh, did you see that snap? Did you see that 180 snap? That was so clean. That was so clean. And I wish I could be on such high sensitivity, but the scoreline is going to be 8-7 in the favor of Portal Esports, and these guys have been really impressing me. But kind of unfortunate for Invictus. They're not even in double digits, and Excali is already on 21 frags, and I think he's literally carrying the team. I don't even know what to say about this guy. But talking about the Inferno, talking about the Molotovs, I think Invictus has taken the map quite literally, and making the entire bomb site a ball of fire. But it is going to be the second half coming up. It is going to be the first round, and on the CD side, we have Hunter with smoke and a kit. On the terror side, no resources, which isn't very surprising, but is kind of surprising at the same time. Because
I mean, fine, you can. It is a viable strat at the end of the day to have just 5 raid bosses running in with the Glocks, especially after the Glock buff. I was just looking over at chat and I saw Mythica, caster counterpart from across the border. She's asking about, well, the old Eternal / Entity, and I'll just get to that in a bit because kills are raining in. Manan and Ribby are just laying waste to this mid attack. Bomb in the presence of Invictus. Oh, Trance. Cheeky little headshot onto Hunter. Down he goes. It's a 2v3. HSB and Trance. Can they pull it off? The CTs have bomb control. They don't need to go aggressing. They don't need to give any sort of fights to the T's at this moment. They have the man advantage. All they need to do is just play for the trades. And the T's look a bit confused. They're everywhere and nowhere at the same time. And it's a bit worrying. Excali getting spotted out. HSB rattles off a few pot shots. Excali is low. It's 45 health. Good flashbang allowing Manan to peek out. Get some information. And there's the bomb right in the open. Teasing HSB to go for it. It's like a game of dog in the bone. Who will go for it? Who will go for the bait first? And that nade. Oh my god. That's a nade and a half.
And that was a team flash coming in, and both of them got blinded. Manan is going to find the frag on the Trance. There's going to be HSB trying to salvage something, and Pasha is going to kill his own teammate. And if he actually, never mind, I was being a little too ambitious. Had HSB pulled that round off with that team coming in on the CD side, that would have been just so frustrating. And I think the only reason why they went in for that entire raid boss setup was they just realized that, you know, we can literally out aim these guys, but it did not really work out. And as we've been told, the server is actually lagging in, but nonetheless, we have 2 deals. Anyway, and yeah,
I think it's time for a history lesson as we wait for the technical issues to get resolved. So Invictus right now is comprised of Pasha, Excali, Hunter, Manan, and Ribby. Earlier, this very team was called Eternal, not a couple of months ago, and that lineup was Ace, Hunter, Ribby, Excali, and who was the 5th? I keep forgetting the 5th.
Wait, which team are you talking about again? Say it's
Eternal Esports. Yeah, A-Star was there, but A-Star had to leave Eternal.
It was Antidote for a bit as well.
Yeah, but before that, they were called Entity, and as Entity, the old Entity.
Marzel, you forgot Marzel.
That's old Entity. That's old Entity. Okay, old Entity.
This is where the joke comes from. Yeah. Entity blue and gold.
Yeah, Indian CS lineups are just, it's too much. It's a river of flowing water. Always in flux. But yeah, the Invictus guys, Ace left for Exian and A-Star left for Brutality. But the old lineup was undefeated as they were in Eternal and Entity as well. The only team that beat them actually was Risky from Dubai, the UAE, if I'm not mistaken. And right now, these guys have a huge chip on their shoulders. Hunter, Excali, Ribby. They have a lot to prove. They've come under a lot of fire and a lot of flack for, you know, the org changes, the lineup changes. But that's all in the past. These are all professionals. And I'm pretty sure they can shrug it off and just play the game the way it's meant to be played. And Excali right now is just a living, breathing example of what it means to be a true professional. 21 frags already.
I'm surprised you did not mention Apple Watches as well while you were mentioning everything, but jokes apart. And the series do have a decent amount of weaponry, I would say, because they don't have a lot of resources, except for the flashes, which is in abundance. And the terrorist side, they have to go all in dry with the guns they have, and the Deagles are going to try and pick the entries off, but that is going to be extremely difficult. And the smoke, not allowing them to come in. 55 seconds on the clock to work with. It is going to be an entire B take, unless they decide to fall back, unless Criminal can find some sort of information or maybe find a frag or two and force the rotation towards the A-bomb side. That is one of the only situations I think they could try and, you know, get the opening towards the B-bomb. But Criminal is going to get spotted trying to be the lurk towards the CD base, trying to pinch them, but that is not going to work out. He is going to get spotted. He is going to give away his position. He's going to fall back towards spoilers, and Hunter is going to be coming up.
And we have 30 seconds left on the clock. They need to make a move right now. They're still being very passive, and Pokemon, wow, blows Hunter's head off, and now Pasha Sahil. It's all down to him. Spots out Pokemon, gets 1 kill, gets 2. Can he do more damage? Nope, he cannot HSB with the kill, but in the meantime, that has allowed Excali, the danger man, to rotate, but Excali has taken a lot of damage. He's down to 10 HP. It's a 2v3. the HP is definitely in the favor of Portal Esports. They can do this. 2 players frightfully low, and both of them coming from CD spawn. Down goes one. HSB spots out Excali as well. They know that the third player must be coming in from Banana then, and Excali needs to be careful. Ribby just creeping in like a ninja, trying to make something happen. That's going to give away Ribby's position, and Ribby in a 1v2 double peek. We need a double peek. Indeed, it does happen, but it is going to be HSB with a quad kill on nothing but pistols and armor. Portal Esports take a round that was never meant to go their way. And yet again, this just proves that Indian teams have zero idea how to play the anti-force.
I wish I could just record my voice saying the same thing and just play it while I press a button, because we've just said this thing so many times that it just gets annoying after a point, even for the viewers to listen to and even for the casters to keep on saying the same thing again and again and again. And I don't know why Indian teams don't learn, but well, that is just a thing that we've had to deal with for a very long time, and I think we'll have to deal with for a very long time as well. And the tier side is going to take things really slowly, but it does look like they are going to try and get some sort of map control, some sort of information going in their favor as well. So it's a default coming in. We have a guy towards A apartments, we have a guy towards Ultimate, we have a guy towards gutters, and 2 guys towards Banana. So the default coming in from the terrorists, and realizing that the cities would not have a lot of resources. At the best, they would have a few guns to work with. So making sure, waiting it out, trying and forcing the cities to make a mistake, but that is not going to happen because these guys are fairly experienced as well. And Trance, along with his teammate, are going to be going in towards the apartments. Excali does have the CZ. Will he be able to land the frags? It is going to be something really interesting to watch, but Pokemon will try and find an entry. Is not going to get spotted. Excali trying to sneak in towards Pit as well. Is going to wait it out, playing that close angle, playing to the advantage of his weapon. And this is something that you have to do as well. You have to realize what sort of a weapon you have. And Ribby is going to get spotted. It's going to get spotted, and this is going to be fairly interesting to see, Fed.
Indeed, it is. It is an A-hit. Right call, the site with a few players, and that's good. Flashbang could catch them. Nope, it's a bit too deep. And Excali still managing to get 1 kill. And Ribby still alive. He's got the AK-47. Can do a lot of damage. And Ribby lines them up, skewers them to the boxes. He's the cook. And the teas are the kebabs. He's just going straight through them. Wow. What a round. There's just one guy in Pit with the AK-47. Lines them up. Unfortunate for Portal there. But there we go. Invictus. And they win the force buy. All right. It's going to be one of those games, Mamba. It's going to be one of those games.
Yeah, I was supposed to go back to college at 8 in the evening because I was supposed to help my friends who are going to be hosting the entire show. And we have the server lagging in, and it's going to get paused. It's going to get restarted as well. So, yeah, there goes my dream of going back to college, but that is not going to happen. And talking about the server, oh boy, this is really annoying. And I think the server entirely went down, or TV went down. So we are going to try and wait it out. Hopefully, we'll go on a commercial. But before we go to a commercial, Fed, I want to ask this question to you. Out of all the teams that you've been watching, right? And how many teams from Pakistan do you know is the first question that I really want to know? Because we've seen PES, which is pretty much the G4G core.
Yeah, I know just the 2. It's Game for Glory, and I believe Game for Glory is still active. I just know the 2, Game for Glory and Portal Esports. And I've been following Portal Esports. I think Mythica does cast quite a few of their games. I've caught a few of her casts. These guys are no pushovers. They are a pretty damn good team, and they've actually had good international results as well. They're not just a flash in the pan. These guys have stuck around for a while. They've had some decent international results as well, and I'm actually curious to see whether they can make it to LAN and actually come and play on LAN, because I feel that this team does have the potential to go all the way if they if they're given the chance to play on LAN.
That is absolutely true. And talking about these teams, I just hope, because the one of the major concerns for teams from Pakistan would be they would have to start the visa process fairly early, because it's going to be one of the most complicated visa processes of all time, and we're still waiting for the server to settle up. But in the meantime, talking about the Indian teams on the other hand, Invictus, I was actually completely unaware of the fact that these guys got back together. I didn't know that Ace went out of the country to play for a different team. I think it's XEN, XES.
XEN.
Sure.
And they're doing very well as well under Ace's leadership. Like they're doing a bang-up job. They just recently beat Nasser, old Frisky. Yeah.
That is
Finally,
interesting.
Ace gets his victory against Nasser.
He had to travel all the way through 3 different countries to an island to defeat some team that he has never been able to defeat. It finally pays off. So I'm pretty sure Ace would have celebrated that night, and he's going to be really happy because he realized that it's not going to happen breaking Indian teams. Might as well go out and try and poach a few other players. But well, the scoreline is going to be equalized at 9-9, and the server has settled up, so the players are going to get ready. But in the meantime, talking about the way PES played on the CT side, they did not go for a lot of map control, and knowing how a team like Invictus plays, at least in the early game, because towards the end of the first half, we did see them go out and try and take some sort of map control. What would you suggest, Fet, against a team like Invictus, which is so resource heavy, which is so strat heavy? How would you suggest PES to play?
See, I haven't really seen this Invictus lineup's CT side on Inferno, but I did see them play Inferno quite a few times when they were Entity, when they were Eternal, and their CT side was never their strong suit. It was always their T side that won them the games. Their CT side is fairly vanilla. They'll always early triple up B, chuck a lot of nade down banana, and then one player will peel off and go towards the A bomb side, play archway, while the other 2 players turtle up towards the site and pit. Very standard CT side, nothing really out of the ordinary there. Portal can just abuse this tendency. Either they can hit A early if they know that the utility is low on Invictus, or even catch them off guard, go on a full buy round, just balls to the wall, guns are blazing, like Leroy Jenkins, just go in, jump out of balcony, 1 smoke, 2 flashbangs, just kill everybody in sight. You know they have the aim. Or they can, change it up, go turtle, go slow, let the nades and utility be expelled and expunged and used up towards banana, towards mid. You know that the CTs won't have all the nades, the counter flashes, the molotovs, and the counter molotovs, and then go in towards A or B late. I'd say B because they usually have just 2 players to the B bomb site. There's a lot of things you can do here to throw Invictus off their game plan. Like you see right now, again, it's Invictus 3 to banana and 2 towards the A bomb side, and it's going to be Pokemon just holding W, the only key on his keyboard right now. Finally, he's found the S key. He's going to fall back. And now it is going to be even Steven. We do see one player having rotated from banana to the archway. So Pez could actually exploit that setup and hit A early and try and catch people off guard. Dribby with the AK-47. He was deadly with that gun in the previous round. Instrumental in clutching.
Yes, he's been one of the most consistent clutches for his team, and the Molotov going in at the perfect time and forcing Criminal back towards deep A apartments. I literally just made that up on spot. Deep A apartments. Well, Pasha is going to be falling by Pokemon. Finding the entry onto Monin. Is going to wait it out with the Molotov, and Criminal again the second frag as well. Excali will have to be the guy, will have to be the wall, and he's actually going to try and find the first frag. He's going to miss out on all the shots, and oh boy, he's going to get taken down. What is even happening? He's going to get taken down finally. Trans reducing it to a 2v1, getting 2 frags right there. Hunter will have the AK-47 to work with Feint, having a flashbang and the C4 along with the UMP. And I'm fairly certain that they do realize that Hunter is going to be coming in towards the A-bomb side. So I'm kind of surprised where they did not try and fall back towards the B-bomb. The Trans being spotted, the C4 being spotted as well. And Feint is going to get taken down. What is even happening?
How do both teams keep losing anti-force buys? It's just been a back and forth of force buys left, right, and center this second half. And it's both teams just constantly shitting the bed when it comes to playing against teams with pistols. Freaking pistols. And Pokemon, yet again, just decapitating that A player on the entry. Just sublime shooting. 4 players from Invictus were on the A bomb site, and PES still managed to pry their way in, win the duels, and get the rounds. It is ridiculous how Invictus just crumble when faced with pistols.
And it just makes your job as a caster so hard as well. Look at Manan trying to be cheeky right there. Trans taking a bullet in his chest is going to get reduced to 77 points of health. And the CT is again on a force by. I would literally flip out if Invictus manages to pull this round off. And they might as well, because, Hunter has been boosted up with Peter Fury. And I would rather have someone with the Deagle being boosted up top, because, you could probably get 2 flags right there. And what? Whoa! I am not going to say anything. It's going to be Pokemon and Feint. What?
What am I watching? It's like watching an game. Literally, this setup from Portal Esports is straight out of a pug, where everyone is doing their own merry thing in their own little places and cubbies in the map, and they're just getting dicked on by everyone on Invictus. Like each player just walked out one by one, got a peek, got a shot off, and fell back. Now Invictus have 3 AK-47s and 1 Galil and an op-out onto Hunter. This is not how you're supposed to play anti-ecos. Guys,
how you're supposed to play Counter-Strike, for crying out loud. I mean, there's obviously no right way to play Counter-Strike, but there are certainly wrong ways of playing Counter-Strike, and we're discovering each and every one of them in this matchup. 4 anti-ecos, 4 rounds being won. I don't even know what to say, and it's going to be PES on an anti-eco, and for some reason I feel that this could be the round which Invictus would pull off, and because they're just bomb rushing towards mid, Excali getting the first frag, Feint will get taken down, and you know, Portal Esports is just frustrated right now with the turn of events, and they'll try and collect themselves together, try and calm themselves. I would actually take a tactical timeout at this point and try, and you know, I mean, wait, tactical timeout won't even make sense because of how many pauses they've had, but Pokemon is going to get taken down. Hunter is going to go for the second shot. Trans is going to get my God, Criminal is going to get deleted off the server. Hunter, what an amazing flick. What a flick coming in from Hunter. And that is going to be the 11th round. Finally, an anti-eco being won by the team which had guns to work with. And, well, PES will be forced on a complete eco.
I mean, he is a hunter and you want to see his gun, but when he pulls it out, the terrorists start to run. It is just... This guy's op has been a weapon of myth, and like it is just last year in the Indian circuit he was considered the best and most consistent opper and overall player, and this is why I have missed watching Hunter op. Having him on the big green gun is just a sight for sore eyes. He is so precise with his flicks and aim and movement. That previous round, yes, it was against pistols, but at that range, pistols against an opper, you'd favor the pistols 70% of the time.
I would probably, prefer the pistol a little more than that. And Hunter has just been a surgeon, so precise, so precise. And, you just can't talk enough about him, man. Look at the amount of frags that Excali has. 27 frags. Can you believe that? 27